If it's really important for you to try to please people all the time, if you're a people pleaser, that's a wonderful trait, and I admire you for that. But most people who are people pleasers, they have no idea of the dangers that are hidden within that. And that's exactly what I want to talk about today. The dangers of being a people pleaser, and those dangers are very, very subtle. Hi guys, my name is Eddie. After 40 years of being a successful entrepreneur and a businessman, together with a lifetime in the martial arts and more than 2.5 decades in the spiritual path, today I coach others and help others to have a great life and to bring out the best qualities within them. So let's get into it. There are two basic types of people pleasers. The first type, which you probably can guess, is a person who's pretty weak, who doesn't know who they are, who has a very, very low sense of self-esteem, who's missing self-confidence. They want to please others. They're all the time working to please other people, and that is the most important thing for them, because that's how they get their own self-respect, through others. And that comes from a place of weakness. They're so afraid of not being loved, of not being accepted, that they will do anything possible in order to get the other person to like them, to love them, to pay attention to them, to say thank you to them. It's not easy to be a person like that. And that kind of person needs a lot of inner work to find out who or she really is, and to start living comfortably and happily within themselves. Because until they don't do that, they're going to be looking all the time outside of themselves for self-affirmation, and that's terrible. But there's another person who also is a people pleaser and who keeps trying to please others. And that's the opposite of that guy or girl that we just talked about. That's a person, or this is a person, who is strong, who is confident, who maybe even will be pretty strong physically, who has a lot of charisma, who people look up to, who is many times a leader. So why do they try to please people all the time? They don't want to get into arguments. They don't want to get into conflict. So they say to themselves, you know what? Let me give in to them. I'll do what this person wants or that person wants. That's no sweat off my back. Easy peasy. Who cares? The main thing is avoidance of conflict. And the thing is that they are so confident within themselves that they can take more and more and more on their shoulders. They can shoulder other people's problems, other people's insecurities, and they can allow themselves to give them their way because they feel that it's a small price to pay and they are able to pay the price. There's a very, very severe danger that's hidden there, and most people don't know that kind of danger. They're not aware of it. You see, the second type of person, though strong as he or she may be, and they can shoulder all the responsibilities and problems of other people at their own expense, yet comes a time, totally out of left field, in which that person can explode. And you never understand why, and it's totally out of proportion to that kind of case. Before I get into that a bit, I just want to give you an example of a sentence or things that a people pleaser, somebody who's really into pleasing others, will often say. Let's say a guy and a girl are dating, and the guy wants to break up with the girl. He will probably say something like, you know, you're a great person. I don't feel so great about the relationship. It has nothing to do with you. You're fantastic. It's me. I'm the problem. They don't want to sit down and really get into what's going on because they're afraid of hurting the other person. So they're going to take it on them. Many times also, if some sort of conflict arises within couples usually, the one who is the pleaser, even though he or she might be the strong one, will give in to the other one just so there won't be conflict. So those are the type of things like, okay, hey, it's no problem, let's do whatever you want. But at the same time, the person who is pleasing the other really might want to do something different. Now, I want to talk about the danger here. The danger is that that person might explode and it'll be unexpected because you take, you give in, and you keep doing things which you think are really minor issues, giving into minor issues, but you pay an inner price. You pay a price within you, and usually we are unaware of that price, and it starts building up. And the moment that you put one tiny little thing too much onto your soul, your psyche, whatever it is inside you, you snap. And that is the danger. The danger is because you feel that you are giving up yourself. You are giving up yourself, your inner self, your true self for others. And you do it all the time because you feel that it's no big problem. But something within you is telling you otherwise. It's a voice that's saying, hey, stand up for yourself. Respect the other person. It's okay to compromise, but don't bow down and don't always give in to the other person. And that builds up, the price builds up, and one day you just can't take it anymore. You snap, you explode, and it takes the other person totally by surprise. So, what do we do about it? We work on our inner awareness. We watch our thoughts. We are aware of ourselves all the time. And when we feel or pick up on the fact that there might be some sort of conflict, or there might be some other person who wants something different from what we want, we look at ourselves not in a judgmental way, not at all, as a reporter, and we are aware of how we're acting. That awareness will help us control that wish to always give in to others and let others have their way, thinking that we're strong enough to bear it. Yes, we are strong enough to bear it, but the price that we pay in the end is a terrible price. It eats us up inside. And through the awareness, we can start changing it, and we can start dealing with our maybe tiny little insecurity that we're giving in and giving up our own values sometimes, or our own wants. And we can stand up and say to the other person in a very calm and collected way, hey, you know, I'm not really into going there today, or I'm not into doing this tomorrow, or, you know, I understand that you have these needs, but I have different needs right now, and let's see how we can work out a mutual agreement for both of us. And sometimes we have to face conflict. It's okay to have different opinions. It's okay to have different wants. It doesn't mean that we're a bad person if we don't give in to the other person. If we do not accept the other person's point of view, it does not mean that we are in the wrong. It means we are different from them, and it's okay to be different. It's okay to have different opinions. It's okay to do things differently, even if we're a couple or even if we're partners in business. And just maybe as a parting note, I have found within all my years of doing business and generally in life, it's good to have mutual ideas, but it's also good when two people who are together have different views on things, not too many different views, but to have different views, especially in business, because then you stimulate each other and you don't get locked into tunnel vision, especially in business, because when both partners think the same, that's good in a way, but then there might be surprises which you never expect in the future. So there's a balance here going on. Yes, to get along, but at the same time, stimulate each other by having different views and talking about it in a comfortable way. In any case, I hope I brought you some value regarding pleasing others. And if you're asking yourself and wondering, how the hell does Eddie know so much about that? Well, I'm the guy from the second type. I tried to please people for many, many years in my life, and it took me a lot of work to stop doing that, because in the end I paid a price for it, and I was not comfortable paying the price. So be careful. Please others. Do good for others. Yes, but have boundaries and make sure that you are not paying a price within yourself in order to please others. So if you liked this video and you found value in it, you can always give it a like and subscribe to the channel. If you want to do some deeper inner work within yourself, if you have a need to maybe break through certain barriers which you feel are holding you back, you can always DM me, send me a message. We can get on a Zoom call and see if there's any way that I can support you in your journey to become a better person and to improve your life. So thank you for watching until now, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.